Welcome back, YouTube. 2017 was pretty crazy. We did over 50 video reviews, and I do this kind of part-time, kind of full-time. Also did 3 shooting events. 2 of them were major. I met some of you guys out there. They were awesome. We had one in Leesburg, we had one in Tarpon Springs, so we had an indoor and an outdoor event. I have another one that's going to be coming up in April 2018. Still haven't locked down the date yet. I'm going to go ahead and start planning that ASAP. But I wanted to kick off the year with a really cool pairing here. I've had these for a while, so I've been able to play with them a little bit, set them up how I want, and they are the Ranger 9mm and the Nighthawk 45 from Quarter Circle 10. Let's go ahead and take a closer look. Well, for most of you, Quarter Circle 10 doesn't need an introduction, but let's go ahead and lay it down. So, as most of you know, they kind of started out as DDLES. They kind of transferred ownership over. They rebranded as Quarter Circle 10. And one of the biggest things that draws people to these pistol caliber AR platforms is the last round bolt hold open, which we'll touch base on a little further in the video. So these, I have a 9mm version here and a 45. So one's going to take 9mm Glock mags. The Nighthawk is going to take the Glock 21 mags. Now, these aren't exactly how they ship. They came without sights. I threw on some mag pulls, and I believe I changed the safety out on one, went to the K grips here, and I threw a 3-lug adapter on the 9mm. Another thing you probably noticed is this has a Quarter Circle 10 branded SB tactical brace on it, which is pretty nice. So these actually ship directly to my house as pistols. So you have a really high quality pistol caliber gun here that you can get shooting right away. Before we get into the specs, I want to go ahead and give you a rundown on kind of the thought process behind these and Quarter Circle 10. So one of their biggest things is they have a 3-point business model. A lot of companies out there have goals and mission statements on how they want to structure their business. Quarter Circle 10's is superior performance, streamlined aesthetics, which we can all agree they definitely nailed there, and outstanding customer service, which I have not heard anything bad from them. I haven't personally had to use them for any issues, but if it arises, I'm sure they will take care of it. Why would you want a pistol caliber AR? Well, other than the ammo being extremely cheap compared to the 5.56 alternative, you have minimal recoil. So the 9mm version down here will be good to introduce a new shooter to the platform. Not that 5.56 is crazy as far as recoil, but again, training is cheaper. Next would be magazine interchangeability. So like I mentioned earlier, the 9mm one can take any Glock 9mm mag, so 26 up onto the 33 round Glock 18 magazine, which is pretty slick. This one's gonna stick with the Model 21 mags only. But yeah, 45 and a little tiny compact package like this, pretty sweet. Now they do have multiple calibers, which is obvious here, but they have other gun models, some of them coming out right now around SHOT Show 2018, and I'm gonna go ahead and spill the beans on that. So Glock mags, obvious, right? And then last year at SHOT, they released their MP5 version, which unfortunately, just like the real MP5, it doesn't have a last round bolt hold open, so you'll treat it just like the real thing. So you have the Glock mags, you have the MP5 versions, and now they're coming out with a SIG P226 magazine version and a M&P, a Smith & Wesson M&P version, so that's pretty cool. So those are the 2 new things coming in the pipeline right now. Last but not least, these are optimized from the ground up to run on pistol ammunition. So they designed these from the ground up. They didn't hodgepodge a bunch of stuff together. They wanted to ensure that these would run smoothly on every pistol ammo type out there. All right, that's enough of their history and background. I think you guys get the idea here. Let's go ahead and dive into the specifications. Since these 2 firearms are so similar, we're going to concentrate on the 9mm version. If there's any variances, I'll mention it for the 45. So they both come in an overall length of 24.5 inches. They both have 7.5-inch barrels with 1 in 16 twists. made from 4150 CMV steel, and the exterior of the barrel is a melanite. It's a QPQ finish. Really nice looking barrel. Both upper and lower receivers are milled from 7075 T6 aluminum with a Type 3 hard coat anodizing on top. Both the handguards are really nice. They are branded Quarter Circle 10. They have that really thin profile that's really popular right now with a QD mount hole on the left and right side. These are key mod. I'm not a big fan of key mod right now. I moved on to M-LOK. They might offer these in M-LOK. I have not checked their website as far as the handguard situation, so maybe they have both options. If not, it is what it is. I can't put anything on here anyway because it's a pistol, so not a big deal. As I mentioned earlier, this has the 3-lug mount. I forget where I bought this. Might have been hkparts.com. Threw that on there, and then I'm just going to leave the A2 bird cage muzzle brake on the end of the 45, take it off as necessary to run it suppressed. While I'm on the barrels, 1/2x28 for the 9mm and .578 by 28 for the 45 ACP for the thread pitch. Both of them weigh 5 pounds 14 ounces, which I thought was kind of interesting that they were able to get the weights exactly the same for both guns. The 9mm retails at $1,594 and the 45 retails at $1,645. So not too far off, just depends on which one tickles your fancy the most. And we'll find out which one's the most fun to shoot rather shortly here. We're gonna get to the range really quick. I just wanna show you an inside view of this gun. Now these, I'm not gonna show you the whole takedown process. It's basically an AR-15, same thing to take down. But I wanted to show you some close-up shots of the bolt, how it interacts with the magazine, and the last round bolt hold open feature. Let's take a closer look. All right, have the gun stripped down here, and I'm gonna have to use some B-roll to show you guys a close-up of what is going on here. So they did a really neat thing here, and it's been out for some time, but in case those of you out there don't understand what's going on, we're gonna show you right now. So basically they use a linkage type system to catch on the forward depressed area of the follower on a Glock magazine. So if I had a round in here, this follower would be out of the way and the bolt catch would be completely flush and down. But because this is an empty Glock 21 magazine, as you can see when I enter it, it pushes the rear of the bolt catch up, and that is going to keep your bolt open on the last round. Really, really neat. Works every time. I've never had an issue with it on either gun, and yeah, it's just nice little details like that. I will say that the quality of manufacturing since they became Quarter Circle 10 has gone way up. I have one of the old original pre-Sandy Hook DD-LESs, and my bolt hold function doesn't really work on it as well. This thing came lickety split, and it works 100% of the time. Never had an issue with it. Now, if we take a closer look at the bolt carrier as well, you can see how it's milled to slide into the groove on the back of the Glock magazine, and that is what's going to strip that round off the magazine and insert it into the chamber. There are some companies out there that offer milling services on normal on normal 9mm weighted AR bolt carriers. However, Quarter Circle 10 makes all these in-house. They do all the milling, all the coating, everything they do in-house for these firearms. So that's really cool. They can control the quality from start to finish. So again, I've never had a malfunction on either of these guns. And speaking of which, let's go ahead and see how they shoot. We're going to head out to the range. I'm going to bring an assortment of ammo. I'm going to bring some Hush from Freedom Munitions. A lot of you guys know out there that that's kind of their main thing, especially on my channel. But Freedom also sells all kinds of stuff. Military surplus, ammo cans full of belted ammo, whatever you need, 50 BMG, you name it, they have it. So I have a couple other examples of ammo from them. We're going to run it through these two guns and see just how they perform. All right, everyone, we finally made it out to the range. It has been raining like every freaking day this week. I've been trying to get the range portion of this review done. Today we are finally out here. So I thought long and hard about how I'm going to do this portion of the review, because we're obviously not reviewing a suppressor here, we're reviewing the gun. And I think the biggest thing that everybody wanted to see with this type of platform is it accurate enough for combat type close quarters situations, and will it run reliably with a suppressor, without a suppressor, and will it last round bolt hold open hopefully 100% of the time. So we're going to start out today with an assortment of ammunition. I have some Aguila 115 grain, 124 grain, okay, and then some Freedom Munitions Hush 147 and Freedom Munitions Hush 165s. So we're going all the way from lightweight to heavyweight. First we're going to do this suppressed and see how it runs, and then we're going to run it without the suppressor, and let's see what happens. Target is set up 25-30 yards away. I am going to be shooting the steel, again, not a suppressor review, so it doesn't matter how much noise we make. In fact, I am wearing my lapel mic for the range session, which is something I never do because it gives crap audio when you're doing suppressor reviews, but we're not doing that. So let's go ahead and see how this sucker operates. 115, 124, 147, and 165, 5 rounds each. So we have a total of 20 rounds. All right, I threw like 2 drops of oil in here, so it's pretty dry, but it should run just fine. Let's see what happens. Okay, that was a 165 grain. .147 grain. I could feel the recoil impulse was a little stronger. This could be a 124. .124 grain ran really good. You can hear the sonic crack in the background. And last but not least, the 115. All right, that was 165 down to 115. As you can see, last round did hold open. Let's remove the suppressor with a glove and run it again. All right, let's run it unsuppressed, starting with the 165s. That's a pretty tight group. It looks like the point of impact shifted down and left when I took the suppressor off. All right, let's try the 147s. Pulled one, but yep, definitely shifted down and left. It's fine as long as you know where you can repeat it. All right, let's try the 124s. Glasses are fogging up. Can't see anything. That felt pretty good. And the 115s. Last round. Bolt hold open, functioned perfectly. Take a little look at the group here. It did shift down and left a little bit, but yeah, repeatable. And the gun functioned just, I'm probably yelling, as advertised. All right, now we get to toy around with the Nighthawk. Now, I don't know about you, I enjoy shooting 45 ACP a lot more than 9. I just like feeling the recoil and the feeling of shooting a larger projectile downrange. So we're going to start with the Freedom Munitions 230 grain ball, followed by the Freedom Munitions Pro Match 230 grain. So that's the one with the star on the front. So we're going to shoot some ball and some match grade ammo. So let's see how it does. I sighted it in earlier. Should be shooting pretty good. Got the Octane 45K on here. Let's see how it functions. Yeah. Already grouping a lot tighter than the 9mm. Let's try the Pro Match ammo. 5 rounds of that in here. Pulled that one a little low. Man, that's fun to shoot. And it's shooting a lot tighter. I mean, if I really took my time there, I could have just stacked it really, really tight. So that's 10 rounds there. We'll take a look at that target. And yeah, let's take the suppressor off, see how it does with the last round bolt hold open without the extra pressure. All right, Nighthawk with no suppressor. 10 rounds at the 230 ball, followed by 10 rounds of the Pro Match. See if it shifts. No shift, and either it's just me getting used to the gun or what, but the group's a little tighter. All right, let's try the Pro Match here. Nice. That always feels good. You can actually feel it lock back. And yes, indeed, that group is much tighter. Awesome. You guys honestly didn't think I wasn't going to do this, did you? All right, let's see how many times I can hit this thing. 4 out of 40 is not bad. Well, I hope you guys thoroughly enjoyed today's video. These guns were certainly fun to shoot. Today I actually came out here alone. I usually have someone helping me film, so it was a daunting task to set up the camera, level it out, get all my focus points, microphone settings correct. But I have to say, I still managed to have fun. I actually had fun shooting today. It wasn't all work. I have to say, out of these two, the Nighthawk 45 is my favorite. I just like shooting that heavier 45 grain projectile. It feels really, really good. I don't know if you guys noticed in the studio scenes, by the way, I have the gray Magpul furniture on the 45 to distinguish it from the 9mm since they look so alike. If the 3-lug and the smaller mag well didn't give it away for you. But anyway, little side information there. I have to say, I'm beginning to warm up. Oh, I can't believe I'm saying this. I'm beginning to warm up to the SB Tactical braces here. Now this is actually set at the same setting, nose to charging handle, that I normally keep all my SBRs at anyway. And the reason I say I'm warming up to it is because of ease of transportation. So I do travel a lot and I have truck guns. One of them is a SBR. But if you travel with a pistol, a suppressed pistol in fact, you don't have to notify the ATF when crossing state lines. SBR, you do. So this pistol setup, used in the manner that we all will, is actually a really good travel companion for a truck gun. So warming up to that. Actually, I met the owner of SB Tactical at Mark Serbu's shop last year. Really, really cool guy. I love why he started the company, and that is to help fellow veterans that were wounded in combat. So kick-ass guy for that. And then of course the NFA community took this thing over by storm, used it for what we're using it for, and now he's doing really, really well, which is awesome, following that American dream. Back to Quarter Circle 10. Guys, function 100% as advertised, bolt hold, the whole 9 yards. It's very rare that you go out to film something and you don't have to tune something prior to filming, okay? This ran 100%, so it made it a real enjoyable experience. And glasses are fogging up out here in this Florida humidity. You wouldn't even know it was winter. The suppressors sounded great. I know this wasn't a suppressor review, but those of you will ask. Got the Omega 9K and the Omega 45K. Both sounded great. This is definitely their intended purpose on some sort of small CQB type pistol caliber. I had Holosons on top. For those of you that want to know, they shot really well. It took me about 10 rounds prior to filming to get them sighted in, so that was easy. And of course, the assortment of ammo. Huge shout out to Freedom Munitions for hooking us up with that today. These reviews get really, really expensive to do, and without that ammo sponsorship, it would cost me a lot of money. So if you want to save 5% from Freedom Munitions, check the coupon code below. I'll have it in the description for you. I think that about covers it today, guys. I just wanted to thank you for watching. I have a lot of reviews in the pipeline. As you know, I am on Patreon now. I'm actually going to do a separate video explaining that whole deal. But I have already done 2 giveaways in the winner circle, so 10 gift cards. We're going to do it on the 5th of every month. So if you don't want to miss out, go ahead, click that Patreon link down below. Take a look around. Let me know what you think. Also, full disclosure, I'm not paid for this video, just want to let you guys know, but I am going to keep the pistols. That's why I try not to interject any opinion in these reviews, because I don't want you guys to be swayed if I'm keeping the gun or something, okay? If I like it, it's because I like it. In fact, Quarter Circle 10, we had a very detailed phone call, and they said, listen, if that thing jams, gives you any problems, show it on camera so we can call ourselves on it and improve on the platform. So that was really nice to hear. And in fact, pretty much 99.9% of the companies I work with, they all have that mindset. You know, there's this misconception out there that some YouTubers are getting paid for their work, or they keep the guns or whatever, and then it's gonna sway their opinion. It's really not the fact. The companies don't care, okay? They do not care. Nobody's doing fluff pieces out there. They do their work. They hopefully give you a nice factual-based review, and then you guys at home can make your own opinion on it, and that's what I try to do. So, you know, try not to let my excitement on the 45 sway you too much. Go back, watch the review again if you need to. If this meets the requirements of this type of platform, then you'll buy it. If not, you won't. So again, thanks for watching. I know this video was a little longer than normal, but I have a lot more reviews coming in the pipeline for 2018. So make sure to click that like and subscribe button, check that notification bell, and I'll see you next time.